All right, good morning. Well, almost lunchtime, actually. My name is Olga, and yes, I do come from Investment and Development Agency of Latvia, or LIA for short. Don't ask me why LIA. It's, yeah, makes sense in Latvian, I believe. So today I will be really zooming into all the support mechanisms which the Latvian government has in store for Latvia-based startups. And just, to share with you a big vision, which we have defined pretty much in the end of last year, is that we as an agency would like to become a one-stop shop for all startups and for all stakeholders, so investors and different ecosystems, so on. So we would like to be that one door for everyone to knock on, and then we would open it and answer all the questions, all the inquiries, and help with all the business-related and life-related matters. For that matter, we even created a startup SOS email, so where we encourage everyone to send their concerns, their questions, so you can see it just there. And right now, yes, exactly talking about what we put on the table as a government for startups. So this is the whole package you can see. Some things might look already familiar. Some other ecosystems are doing quite similar things. Some things might look very, very unique. So let's figure out what exactly we are talking about. So I will be, talking about each of them separately. And the first thing is startup visa. Well, but when we say startup visa, we have to keep in mind it's a residence permit, which is actually much cooler than a regular visa. And yes, we work together with the immigration office to make things fast and smooth for startups. And the main and probably only specific requirement to get this visa, being a startup founder, is actually a one-page, very simple description about what is the business the startup is coming to do in this country, right? So no business plans, nothing super complicated. Just you just need to let us know what idea will be cooking up here in Latvia. And then our agency runs quite an interesting program, Innovation Motivation, which is designed for actually those who, not sure necessarily if they want to be startup, if they want to go in business and entrepreneurship in general. So the main idea of the program is to inspire them and to ignite some action. And within this program, we run hackathons, we give different seminars about, which help them basically finalize their vision for if they want to plunge into entrepreneurship or not, if it's worth it or not. Another thing, and this is the part of our startup law. How many have heard of you have heard about startup law so far in Latvia? Okay, good. We have quite an understanding of what it is. Yes, so the startup law was passed a little bit more than a year ago, and it was one of the fastest laws we've ever written in this country and passed. And it was a very good signal to the ecosystem that the government is there, the government would like to support. I would be honest to say that the law did not really take off as well as we wanted it to. But right now it's being amended, and within a month or so we are expecting the amend to come in force, and it would mean that a lot more startups will be able to get the benefit. And these are the benefits. I will list them. There are basically three. The two of them, they concern taxes, so a fixed social tax, which in practical terms would mean that if you're a startup and you have some employees and you pass within this law criteria, so you pay a flat social tax for each employee, 300 euros. It means that at the moment you pay more than 2 minimal wages, you save money. And it is the case that most often you do pay your employees more than 2 minimal wages. One minimal wage is 430 euros since January 1 this year. And the next thing is no income tax. So both individual and the corporate. So it's waived completely for 5 years of your operations, or actually, to be more precise, until you hit the 5-year-old mark. So these are the two benefits, and the third, and in my personal opinion, the most juicy one, is the fact that the government helps startups to hire highly qualified labor. So if you're a startup, very often you actually need to hire someone super smart to program something for you, or design something for you, you name it. And then the government in this case can return 45% of the cost of that employee to your company, to your startup. And right, now even the better part, the actual cash, the actual money, which altogether is 75 million euro booked for startups. And it's already a made decision. There is no way back. It's happening. And what's happening now is 15 million euro being offered for acceleration funds. So it's channeled through our, let's call it development bank, so to say, organization called Altum. And this money is distributed to 3 fund managers, 5 million each, and soon they will be opening the call for application for all startups to, yes, basically apply and get that money, and also acceleration in the process. Little bit different programs each of them have different programs and slightly different amounts. On average, we are talking about 50,000 euro or so. And then, okay, this is happening now. And then when, the idea is when the startups go through all the acceleration, they are most likely ready to absorb some more funds and scale up and, progress and grow. So it's the time when the acceleration funds will be complemented by 60 million growth funds. And it will be available soon. And soon we are not talking ages, we are talking just exactly when this program will be running out. Right, so this was cash and money. And then I would like to also mention that our agency runs business incubators. So actually 14 are business incubators, and they're spread all over the country. And one is in Riga, and it's the Creative Industries Incubator. So typically the incubators would run 2 programs. One of them is pre-incubation, 6 months. Again, for people with no particular plan, perhaps, about how to go with their business idea, but they have interest. They would like to, decide if it's worth, if they should venture into entrepreneurship. And then the full-scale incubation with a 4-year program. And in the case of both programs, there is some, money and help and mentoring and whatnot. So I invite you to actually study more about these programs, or if you have questions, you can ask anytime. Another program or tool, rather, would be innovation vouchers. So as I tend to describe it, it's a very straightforward tool and support mechanism. So imagine you're a company, and in this case, it doesn't have to be actually startup, right? So it can be SME, and you are having a product or service, and you're in a point A, and you want to move with this product or service to point B. And again, as I described, the distance between A and B equals innovation. So you would like to take your product to the next level. You would like to innovate, right? So this is then a tool for you. So the agency, the government, co-finances this little project, this innovative project, and up to 60%. And this 60% would equal 25,000 euro maximum. So the rest, the 40%, is then contributed by you as an entrepreneur. Another thing we are doing more actively, and with time, we really hope to invest a lot of effort and resource here, is outreach support. So we realize that, we are a small market, us as agency and also our startups might not necessarily be very visible globally, so we would like to change that. We would like to give ourselves and our startups opportunity to be more visible and, to be more loud and to be more noisy out there. And for that, we are supporting participation of startups and our own in different events. Techchill is happening in Riga, but there are hundreds of events happening all over the places, and some of them are fantastic, some of them are even more fantastic. So we would like to go there, we would like to talk about ourselves and give our startups chance to basically demonstrate how awesome they are. So there is some resources which we are channeling to that cause, some money actually, right? And also yesterday there was a very great news, and we were showing a video of how we are launching space, physical space, plus some supportive tools along that in San Francisco at the premise of co-working WeWork. So yes, now Latvian startup ecosystem has presence in Silicon Valley, and we would like that startups really, take benefit of that infrastructure. We will be organizing some tours, like visits or exploration missions to Silicon Valley, but also if you happen to be there as a startup, as a Latvia-based startup, and you would like to avail of this infrastructure, we will be super happy that if you do that. We are also developing more informative portal, startuplatvia.lv. And yes, many countries have done, that exercise already a while ago, so maybe we are lagging a little bit behind with that. But as I tend to say, all good things, they take time to develop. So let's just then hope it will be a very good thing. Also, along these lines, actually, my colleague just asked me to make a small announcement that at this particular moment, there are two opportunities which are waiting for startups at our LIA page. So in March, we are, as agency, organizing a trade mission to the US. There are a couple of events for you to check out, so you can apply. So please go and check it out. And also one more mission in April, and it's to more exotic countries. If I'm not mistaken, it was Costa Rica and something else. So I urge you to check it out. It's really for ICT-based companies and startups. So if South America, North America are of your interest, please check the page of LIA page. The information is there, or approach me. I'll help you find it. And another thing, perhaps, which stands out a little bit in this whole package is the fact that our agency is really keen to support deep tech and to support all science-based startups. And there is a huge program which we run at the moment, so where we scout for best scientific ideas and achievements, and we try to plug into the business skill factor and try to bring that to market. So basically, we are very keen to commercialize science. And along these lines as well, in April, together with Commercialization Reactor, our quite known deep tech accelerator/incubator, we will be kicking off the first event, deep tech event called Deep Tech Atelier, Riga Deep Tech Atelier, in the middle of April. So please check it out. Information will be available quite soon. I believe this would be all from my side. Pardon me if I was too quick. It's the third time I'm presenting this with great pleasure, and I still appreciate there are some eyes which are burning with excitement to hear what I have to say. So do we have any questions at this point? Gleb, how am I doing in terms of time?
We're
better
good,
and
we're
better
good.
Each time, right?
She's getting progressively better, guys. She's very efficient. Excellent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please, questions. Now, I know it's an early period. Understood. Now, sir, yes, please. Do we?
No, there is a microphone.
Could you please keep it close to your little yeah, this little lower, man. This is good. This is good. This is good. Can you switch it on?
Okay, let's.
We'll give you the good old-fashioned way. We'll give you something to hold.
The catch box is tired.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. Thanks for the presentation. So yeah, my question would be more like, I guess, logistics oriented in terms of the information itself. So so I managed to do some notes, but obviously it would be really valuable to maybe study this a bit more in detail. So I was just wondering, is there maybe one, unified source where I can get all that information?
So at the moment, I would say not necessarily. There are several sources where information is being offered for your attention, but we are working on the startuplatvia.lv, and this will be the source you would really want to be checking.
Okay, so is there a due date for that launch?
Right. About 2 months from now, it will be fully running, yes.
Okay.
At the moment, though, you can be checking Labs of Latvia, which is quite, full of information, but yes, we understand far from perfect.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Now we have a little time left. Somebody in the back. Was that a hand miss? Probably not. All right. Sir, please, shoot. Can we? All right, I'm going to make use of my long legs. Sir, excuse me, one moment. Thank you. And I will bring the mic to you. I believe it's on, if I'm not mistaken. Test it out. If not.
Yes. Hello.
Excellent.
So I've got Seglīts. I wanted to ask about the startup visa. How does it work in practice? Like, how long does it take? Like, for instance, an application is made. Does it always go through? Or, basically the question is, hopefully this is not a PR, but it actually works.
Right. So, well, the process is quite straightforward. So we already have a ready package at the immigration office, some forms which need to be filled, but they are standard regardless of why you're applying for residence permit, right? It's very standard. It's a typical application form. You need a copy of your passport, a photo, this and that, and this is standard. So startup visa, or what makes it startup visa, is this standard package plus just one document. And this one document is basically a description of your business idea in free form, right? One pager, whatever it is. So then you apply with this package, and the immigration office immediately calls us, our agency, and says, hey, here is this applicant. Please tell us if his business or her business idea is a startup idea. So we prepare, and it's just a few days that we prepare an answer, and it goes back to the immigration office. So say, yes, this idea is exactly what we want. Please proceed with the application. And then the immigration issues the decision, where, yes, you receive basically the paper saying that now you have the ID in Latvia, so please bring us your passport and perhaps insurance, health insurance. It's a mandatory thing, right? And then we will issue the card, which already is a temporary permit, residence permit. And this whole process from you applying to the day when you receive the decision takes 1 month. 1 month. And you can apply already while being in Latvia, because you just might happen to be here. Or you can also do that through any embassy of Latvia outside of the country.
So how many cases have you processed maybe so far?
Right now, yes. Right now we have issued, to my knowledge, 3 cases. Like the positive decisions were made for 3 cases, yes, and there is a pipeline of more applicants to process in the next month.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would kindly ask to conclude the quick Q&A and thank Olga for her time. And if you have any more questions, approach her individually. Hand of applause for this one, please. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.